Michael Watkins is in today with the latest in the sports world. That is all here today, live at 5. But first, in our WBON TV big story of the day, a firestorm erupted at Monday's Berea Independent School Board meeting as parents and teachers voiced their fury over a $1.3 million budget shortfall. The crisis has led to the elimination of 34 staff positions, sparking accusations of mismanagement and a call for the superintendent's resignation. Teachers were notified of their dismissals in what some described as a humiliating process likened to the Hunger Games. Superintendent Diane Hatchett detailed the cuts impacting all levels of the district, including special education and preschool programs. She attributed the shortfall to a misaligned budget and outlined measures like freeze hiring and cutting extracurriculars. Parents accused Hatchett of excessive spending, citing over $40,000 in travel expenses. They demanded accountability, with some questioning whether they could continue sending their children to Berea schools. With some parents calling for Hatchett's immediate removal, teachers expressed concerns about the impact on students, with their departments and like highly school science and English now down to single instructors. Matthew Jenkins, a 13-year faculty member, worried about the district's reputation and its ability to attract teachers and families. The board will hold a special meeting on March the 31st to discuss some of the other issues in the community there, including the solar power project, as the community continues to deal with the fallout from this budget crisis. And of course, we'll have all the details as they come in here to WBONTV.com. Well, in Madison County, a powerful display of community spirit is underway as the Richmond House of Prayer begins to rebuild after devastating storm damage. Pastor Owen Moody, who dedicated 40 years of his life to the church, described the emotional impact of witnessing the destruction, saying it felt like his life's work was being undone. The church sustained significant water damage, forcing them to temporarily relocate. Pastor Moody, who lives nearby, saw that damage unfold in real time as the storm ripped away parts of the roof. But despite the heartbreak, the congregation is rallying to restore their beloved church. An estimated 200 volunteers are expected to help with the renovations, which include removing damaged insulation, drywall, and roofing. What would typically be a 6-month project is now expected to be completed in just 4 to 6 weeks. Pastor Moody expressed overwhelming gratitude for the outpouring of support from the community, other churches, and even strangers. He emphasized the church's love for its people and their unwavering commitment to rebuilding. Well, tragedy struck in Somerset overnight as a house fire on Parker's Mill Road claimed the lives of 3 family members. Pulaski County Deputy Coroner Keith Price has identified those victims as 78-year-old Norma Dean Pudeet, 55-year-old Jerry Todd Pudeet, and 17-year-old Briley Kay Pudeet. The Somerset Department responded to the scene and found heavy smoke billowing from the residence. Crews entered the home to rescue the victims and extinguish the flames. Sadly, Norma and Jerry died at the scene while Briley passed away at the hospital. 53-year-old Brian Pudeet managed to escape the burning home through a back exit. He suffered severe burns and was airlifted to a hospital in Louisville for treatment. The cause of that fire is still under investigation. Well, a Mercer County school bus carrying 17 students was involved in a 3-vehicle accident Monday afternoon. Emergency management officials say that incident occurred around 3:30 p.m. While one of the vehicles involved was flipped over, the school bus sustained only minor injuries. Thankfully, none of the children on board were injured. The bus was able to continue its route and safely deliver all students to their homes. Good news in that situation. The Frankfort Police Department is requesting the public's help in locating a missing juvenile. According to officials, 16-year-old James Wigington was last seen in the Cross Hill Drive area. That was around 9 p.m. on March the 17th. He's described as male, 6 foot tall, 240 pounds. He was reported last seen wearing black jogging pants and a gray pullover. If you have any information regarding James' whereabouts, you are asked to please contact the Franklin County 911 Dispatch Center at 502-875-8582. Frankfort police arrested a Lexington man Saturday morning on drug trafficking charges. According to the arrest citation, officers performed a traffic stop on a vehicle being driven by 30-year-old Jamar Walker around 3 a.m. Reportedly, the vehicle did not have a visible license plate. When approaching the vehicle, officers smelled what they believed to be marijuana. In a search of the vehicle, police reportedly found a Walmart bag and marijuana and a golf ball-sized bag of suspected cocaine. They also discovered 2 pistols located inside Walker's purse. According to the arrest citation, Walker admitted that the drugs were his. He was arrested on charges of first-degree trafficking in a controlled substance and trafficking in marijuana. He is scheduled to appear in court on April the 8th. And of course, we'll have all the details when that time comes. Well, a man in Flemingsburg has been indicted on human trafficking charges, according to the Fleming County Sheriff's Department. An indictment was filed on March the 7th against 29-year-old Victor Littleton. The indictment alleges that in November of 2024, Littleton subjected a juvenile family member to a commercial sexual activity through force, fraud, and coercion. He was arrested on March the 15th and lodged in the Rowan County Detention Center on a $50,000 cash bond. According to the indictment, Littleton is facing 20 to 50 years in prison. Well, one person in Laurel County was arrested Friday in connection to a shooting. Police say that officers were dispatched Friday evening to a response of a home on Burnett Road outside of London. At the scene, officers found a body with multiple gunshot wounds. The victim, identified as Carol Rich, was pronounced dead at the scene by the Laurel County coroner. 26-year-old Brianna Rich, identified as Carol's daughter, was arrested by police at around 9:30 p.m. Rich was charged with murder and lodged in the Laurel County Correctional Center. Well, a woman in Powell County was rescued from some woods Sunday afternoon. According to the Powell County Search and Rescue, they and the Powell County EMS were sent into the woods at the original trail at the National Bridge State Resort Park around 12:45 to search for the woman. Rescue crews reportedly dealt with heavy rain, strong winds, and dime-sized hail, both during the hike to the patient and the journey back to the lodge. Officials say that the woman was brought out of the woods around 1:15 p.m. and taken to the Powell County EMS for treatment. Emergency crews cleared the scene by 1:30 p.m. With that, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We've got lots more news coming, including a look at that weather. It was beautiful today. That's all coming up next here live at 5.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Code Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Steel in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Are you tired of the same food options when you're trying to decide what's for dinner? Let Mammut Bar and Grill in Richmond ease that burden. Their one-of-a-kind menu offers fine Mexican options, plus burgers, a large selection of sandwiches and wraps, pasta, steaks, seafood, and a full list of appetizers. You can please everyone on your guest list with a trip to Mammut Bar and Grill, located in Richmond at 2187 Lexington Road, across from Whitehall Elementary School.
Are you considering a bathroom remodel? Think about this. Remodeling your bathroom without addressing the plumbing is like going to get a facelift when you need heart surgery. Plumbing is the heart of your home. At Fast Flow, we understand the importance of a well-functioning plumbing system. Our expert plumbers have years of experience in providing top-notch plumbing services. Don't just settle for a pretty face. Choose Fast Flow Plumbing before you remodel and keep your home's heart beating perfectly.
Call a pro at Fast Flow.
When it comes to having someone work on our homes, you need someone you can trust. Someone who will get the job done the right way and be with you throughout the entire process. At Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration, they will meet with you and explain what needs to be done. They won't take advantage of you during your time of need and offer free roof inspections, water damage cleanup, water remediation, and restoration, plus more services. Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration. Online at KentuckyRoofWorks.com and on Facebook. There when you need us.
What a beautiful day we had here in central Kentucky. Nice sunshiny weather, nice and warm out there as well. We've got Sam in the Weather Center. Going to take a look at that forecast. Let us know how long this great weather is going to last.
Hi, thank you, and welcome everybody. Well, it certainly feels like we've just turned a corner and we're just used to 70s all day, and that's what we saw today. And hey, we're going to have another day in the 70s tomorrow. There are some changes beginning to move in, but a couple things I want to point out here on our Wednesday almanac. First is the record is 79. We'll be getting close up to there. We may even see some mid-70s, maybe a few locales may reach the upper 70s. But this is the other thing I wanted to remind you of. The average high is 57 degrees. So yes, we are being spoiled a little bit. We'll take it. We deserve it. But those temperatures could fall down quite a bit yet. It just kind of gives you an idea where we are at sometimes this time of the year, average at least. Breezy and mild for the day Wednesday. In fact, the wind's increasing. That's one of the subtle changes that's taking place, followed by a chance of some showers and thunderstorms that will move west to east across the area. A little uneventful with this, but we could hear some rumbles of thunder out there as you're heading to bed Wednesday night. It's about from 2 a.m. to maybe about 5 a.m. As a cold front moves in Thursday, temperatures fall down briefly. And our coldest will be starting the day off on Friday. It will be frigid, below freezing temperatures. So we have a wind advisory out for these breezy conditions on our Wednesday from 11 a.m. through the evening hours. And so we'll see those winds gusting at times up to 40 miles per hour. But they're out of the south, keeping us warm. Here's the system. It's a potent system traveling up into the Great Lakes again. Cold front moving on by. We're not getting all that moisture coming up like what we had with our last system. But it will kick up the wind, so it's a pretty windy storm, if you will. We'll be in the low 50s out the door here on our Wednesday, and daytime highs reaching those low 70s. Again, we'll have that threat of some showers. There is a marginal threat for an isolated damaging wind gust just off to our west as that comes through, but not a lot of instability. We cool off Thursday, a lingering shower Friday, Saturday. Another system moves in Sunday, Monday. We'll have to watch that one.
Ooh, thanks, Sam, for that forecast. Not 11, those 30 degrees temperatures for early Friday mornings, but tomorrow looks pretty good, so I guess we'll take that. And, of course, you can find that forecast up anytime. That's at our website, WBONTV.com. You can also find that on our Facebook page. Lexington police are investigating an armed robbery that occurred overnight. Officials say that two people entered the CVS on Old Todd's Road around 1:30 a.m. and demanded money. They then fled the scene with an unknown amount. One of the suspects was reportedly armed. No injuries were reported. The identities of the suspects are unknown at this time. Officials ask that if you have any information regarding the crime, please contact the Lexington Police Department at 859-258-3600, or you can send an anonymous tip to the Bluegrass Crime Stoppers. That phone number, 859-253-2020. Well, a McCreary County man is dead following a carjacking over the weekend. The McCreary County Sheriff's Office responded to a scene near Barren Fork where they found 87-year-old Roland Sumler laying in the roadway with multiple stab wounds. A Good Samaritan was on scene, providing crucial aid until first responders arrived. A Be on the Lookout, a BOLO alert, was issued for Sumler's stolen vehicle. Kentucky State Police were able to locate that vehicle and attempted a traffic stop, but the driver fled. Shortly after, 51-year-old William Shadone was apprehended. Sadly, Roland Sumler succumbed to his injuries at a local hospital. Shadone has now been charged with first-degree murder and first-degree robbery. The Office of the Attorney General Russell Coleman announced yesterday that Carew Gene White, Kentucky's longest-held death row inmate, has lost another appeal. White received the capital sentence after committing a gruesome triple homicide in 1979. According to Coleman, the U.S. Court of Appeals was upheld White's sentence. According to a press release, White has lost numerous appeals in both state and federal court. The most recent appeal rejection was given in a 2-1 vote by the Sixth Circuit panel on March the 14th. This violent criminal committed these horrific murders more than 40 years ago, and he's spent the decades since attempting to dodge the justice lawfully delivered by a jury, said the Attorney General Coleman. This ruling upholds the jury's verdict, gives relief to the victims' families, and clears the way for long overdue justice. The release reported that in 1979, White and 2 juvenile accomplices beat 3 senior citizens to death while robbing them in Breathitt County. The victims were identified as 75-year-old Charlie Gross and his wife, 74-year-old Lula Gross, and Lula's brother, 79-year-old Sam Chaney. Mary Lou Harold, the Gross's granddaughter, stated, "This brutal killer stole my grandparents. Then he took 40 years of my life as he's tried to escape justice. After all this time, we're hopeful that the sentence will be carried out and justice will finally be done. I'm grateful to the Office of the Attorney General and every person that worked over the years to ensure my grandparents and family were never forgotten." With that, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We've got lots more news, including Michael Watkins up next with the latest sports report. That's coming up here live at 5.
Discover the hometown difference at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond, Kentucky. Family owned and operated for 60 years, we're dedicated to providing outstanding customer service and a welcoming atmosphere. Our friendly staff is here to help you find the perfect vehicle and keep it running smoothly. Take a look at our new and quality pre-owned vehicles at jackburford.com.
Estill County EMA CSEP is a huge asset to those in Estill and surrounding counties. CSEP in Estill County has partnered with Everbridge to bring you alert and notification services that will allow you to maintain your contact info and ensure you receive alerts for locations in Estill County that are important to you. For more information and to register your device, visit EstillCountyEMA.net. You can also stay up to date with your county by following Estill County EMA CSEP on Facebook, helping you stay safe at home.
Hey y'all, it's Sawyer.
And Gus and Petey.
From Hicks and Punson, Kentucky lawyers.
Sawyer, can I ask you a question? If size matters, why did David beat Goliath?
That's because it's not the size of the dog in the fight that matters, it's the size of the fight in the dog. If you've been hurt in an accident and want local lawyers who will fight for you, call Mr. Josh Nydad again.
Call 859-777-7000 or visit honestdealers.com.
At the Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, we have activities galore, including video games, bowling, pool, delicious food at Champions, plus karaoke and live entertainment 7 days a week. Enjoy the climate-controlled patio, watch NFL football, and your Kentucky Wildcats all season long. The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, just off exit 87 at 1025 Amberley Way in Richmond.
When inclement weather hits the greater Richmond area, you can count on Richmond's very own WBON TV9 News Team. Continuing news team coverage of traffic alerts, power outages, road conditions, and traffic impacts like accidents or downed trees. Accurate forecast, watches, and warnings. local cancellations and delays, and official information from Emergency Management and the National Weather Service. Be sure to like and follow WBON TV on Facebook for breaking news, alerts, watches, and warnings, and log on to WBONTV.com for all the news on your schedule. Count on WBON TV9 and our media partners 100.7 FM The Coyote for outstanding team coverage when you need it most. Thanks for watching Richmond's very own Channel 9.
Welcome back to Live at 5. Last night, the Madison Central and Madison Southern baseball teams began the season facing off against each other in Richmond. In today's Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report, Michael Watkins is here to look back at the thrilling start to the season for local baseball fans.
Hey everyone, welcome into this Tuesday edition of the Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report. And what a way to begin our spring sports season, as our first baseball game of the year on WBON TV was an instant classic between Madison Central and Madison Southern last night. The two teams combined to score 4 runs in the opening inning, with the Indians trailing 1-0 entering the bottom half of the frame, but a 3-run bottom of the first put the home team in front. Southern trailed 3-2 heading into the top of the third, but a pair of runs gave the Eagles a 4-3 lead, and the two teams would battle back and forth into the final inning, where Southern built a 6-4 lead and were just 3 outs away from an opening day victory. Central had some life, though. Cannon Spivey led off the bottom of the 7th with a dribbler down the third base line and ended up reaching second base following an error. Senior Sam Coleman drove in Spivey with an RBI single, cutting that deficit in half. Coleman would work his way over to third, and with 2 outs in the inning, came around to score on a wild pitch to tie the game. The two teams were stuck in a stalemate into the bottom of the 10th when Beckett Parker Noblet laid down a bunt, trying to move over a teammate to third base and set up the win. A throwing error on the Eagles allowed Landon Ward to come around and score the winning run in the bottom of the 10th, and the celebration ensued. Ethan Corder earned the win for Central, going 5 2/3 innings of relief, giving up just 1 hit, no runs, and striking out 9 for an Indians team who will now face Frederick Douglass tonight in a quick turnaround. Noah Thompson was 3 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored for Madison Southern. The Eagles will hit the road to face Garrett County later on this week. Well, the EKU baseball team's 8-game homestand will continue tonight as the Colonels welcome in Marshall before facing Western Kentucky at home tomorrow. Eastern is just 2-17 to start the year, but have won 2 in a row, including a series victory over Bellarmine to start A-Sun Conference play. Marshall is 11-9 overall and 1-2 in the Sun Belt Conference. The Thundering Herd had a 9-game winning streak earlier this season that included a victory at Georgia Tech, and they also completed a 3-game sweep of Bradley. The Colonels lead the all-time series against Marshall, 46 wins to 38 losses, and have won 3 straight over the Herd. Eastern is 31-12 in games played in Richmond. First pitch for tonight's matchup is at 6 p.m., and if you cannot make it out to the ballpark, you can catch the game live on ESPN+. And although tonight begins the NCAA tournament, you have until Thursday at noon to complete your bracket on WCYOFM.com. On yesterday's sports segment, I broke down my bracket and who I thought would win. As your defending champion, I am looking to continue and go back-to-back this season so you can see if your bracket can outlast mine as the tournament does officially begin in just a few hours. For the Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report on this beautiful Tuesday in Richmond, I'm Michael Watkins.
If you love local sports, you'll love the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Join your host, Michael Watkins, and Samantha Burford as they cover sports news for the greater Madison County area. Get your local sports news every Monday night from 6 to 7 p.m. on WBON Channel 9 and on radio at Y92.5, V99.3, and WKXO Sports Radio 103.5. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is also brought to you by Aero Auto Glass, Nuevo Vallarta, and Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
When the awful Michigan weather makes its way down I-75, you want your vehicle ready for anything. Holland Sons Auto Care knows there's no good time to break down, but especially when it's ice cold outside. So get that preventative maintenance taken care of at Holland Sons on North Keeneland Drive in Richmond. Holland Sons works on the smallest repairs all the way up to major engine work, and they can work on Chevy, Mercedes, and everything in between. So no need to take your German car up to Lexington to overpay. When Holland Sons is just off exit 90 in Richmond, call 859-626-7695 for Holland Sons Auto Care.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
I love this card.
Thanks. Go Colonels. Is it here? Hey, Coach, it's right here, but shouldn't you be at the game?
Carry your favorite team with you everywhere you go with the new EKU branded debit card from CG Bank. No matter what season it is, always show your Colonel pride.
It's that time of year when we are day and night driving with our kids all over. Your car never stops. At AMCO Transmissions, we make sure to keep you rolling. We have the latest technology, certified technicians, and longest warranty to keep your vehicles running strong. We specialize in all foreign and domestic transmissions, drivetrain, or just general maintenance. Did you know at AMCO the average customer saves $1,800 in comparison to the dealer? And AMCO has a longer warranty. Come see us at AMCO Transmission for the best service and the cheapest prices around. AA MCO.
Batteries Unlimited in Richmond has you covered with all your battery needs, plus they're your local stop for U-Haul and your vehicle key and fob headquarters. Check out their new auto detail shop, Aces Detailing, located at Batteries Unlimited. They do simple detailing with a deep, thorough clean for the inside, wash and wax options for the outside, and a deep clean of the engine bay when your ride is dirty. Check out Aces Detailing at Batteries Unlimited.
Welcome back to Live at 5, WBON TV, Channel 9, where every local story starts here. The Bluegrass Crime Stoppers are asking for the public's help with identifying a man. You can see his image up in this video now. Take a good look at that. This image was taken from a security camera on the 200 block of Preakness Drive. That image was taken around 9 p.m. on March the 3rd. You can see him in that picture. According to the victim, this man stole a package from her front porch. And of course, if you have any information regarding this man or the case in general, you're asked to please contact the Lexington Police Department. That phone number, 859-258-3600. And of course, you can always submit an anonymous tip to the Bluegrass Crime Stoppers through their website or by phone. That phone number, 859-253-2020. Take a good look at that picture now. And if you know anything about that case, go ahead and reach out to local law enforcement. Thanks so much for joining us today. Have a beautiful afternoon. I'll see you tomorrow live at 5.